some way to start this game. They're lining up for an onside kick. They're going to get on top of it, and the onside kick is successful. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Benjamin. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Looking for room. It's Jackson. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
And we kind of wondered coming into this game, did they want to run it up the middle? Do they want to run it near that big fella at defensive tackle? Because he's a grown man, makes plays all over the field. They try him early. I wonder if they'll keep trying it, because we haven't seen a lot of people week in and week out that has been able to block that big fella.
Here comes the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. Now on the option. Now the pitch. He's got enough for the first down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going.
And that's just how they drew it up. Nice job by the QB. Listen, 4th and short, this is a tough situation. You want to keep it as a quarterback. He makes the right read. They stick their foot in the ground, and they get the first down. Not by much, but they get a new set of downs.
Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10. Went to the running game on first down. Now here they come again. Here's Sellers to throw. Looking to the big tight end. It's caught downfield. Brought down at the 20-yard line after ripping off the big play. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They'll move the wide receiver. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Sellers lined up in the gun on 3rd down. Throws for the tight end. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch.
And so many offensive coordinators script those first 10 to 15 plays. Well, his has been gold. Great first drive, moving the ball down the field, now set up to punch it in. A 1st and goal situation.
Touchdown, Buckeye! Just blew his way through a couple of defenders and reached pay dirt.
Well, the gamble by the head coach early in the game really pays off. Remember, they went for it on 4th down to stay on the field. They wanted to be aggressive, and now they get to pay it off, scoring a touchdown. Really nice job. It's always a massive gamble as a head coach taking those risks. But when you've got an offense like this, that really wasn't that tough of a decision.
And I think defensively, that kind of takes the wind out of your sails. Like, you get so excited. You force the 4th down, maybe a punt, maybe a field goal, whatever it is. I'm going to get off the field, and then they get it. And they finished with this drive together. You're right. Circle that 4th down. That was a big one.
Good field position to start this drive at their own 47. On the ground, it's Jackson. They make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the 1st quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here as we get a look at the stats. They flipped into the field, and we're ready to play. So second down here as we're back at it after the break.
Kill. 674, take off. 674, take off.
Play fake, Sellers. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Sellers from the gun on third down. Snagged out of the air. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Sellers to throw for it on 4th. Catches it past the sticks and still on his feet. He's brought down, but not before he picks up the first down on a gutsy call to keep this drive alive. The Buckeyes peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Runs through the tackle. They didn't get a push at all on that one. It'll be no gain on the play. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Again, it's Sellers. Might be looking to run. He felt the heat trying to get away, but down he goes. He'll lose a yard or two.
Yeah, and how about this defense? Great job on 2nd down and long, now forcing an even more predictable situation. This offensive line better get it together because that pass rush is coming.
They're working that left side, and they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On the option. Could not find a hole. This defense clogging up everything. It's 3rd and goal.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Touchdown, Ohio State. Great job by the back on the option. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. They just finished off a 53-yard scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back to throw, it's Brady. He turns that loose down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Yeah, and I love taking deep shots. I think it makes cornerbacks play honest, safeties play honest, and you could tell just missed a little bit deep on that shot. But listen, those are shots that we want to take because the risk is definitely worth the reward.
Fires into traffic, it's picked off. The ball's free. Recovers the fumble, and he's still going. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. He's looking to pass. Here's a heat. Oh, he's got some space. They've got the first down, mark it at the 26 in the waning seconds of the half. The Gators will hustle to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Looking to the big tight end. Wide open downfield. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They'll go to the air. Intercepted deep in his own end. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession. Inside 30 seconds to play in the half. We'll see how aggressive they are on this drive. Handoff to the lone back. He'll push his way forward for a few, and the clock will continue to run. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Sellers. Lofts one high and deep. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Under a minute to play here in the first half, and the offense will take a knee, and that is how we'll wrap up the first half. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. He'll bring it back looking for help. He'll be stopped just short of the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 24, and good work by the coverage unit. Ohio State sending out the offense to start this drive. They'll keep it on the ground to start the second half.
Well, the defense was trailing going in at halftime, and I think they made some adjustments against the run. They want to slow this guy down. That's a really nice start to the second half if you're on defense.
Throwing, Sellers. Looking to the big tight end. Oh, sticks that big mid up there and grabs it. The time-honored phrase for a quarterback is field general. This dude, in this environment, he's like a stadium commander. He's like an elevated rank above field general.
He's like an orchestrator. He knows how to set them off and bring it up and bring the excitement with the big plays and make it look easy time and time again. And that's why this offense is so impressive.
The Buckeyes now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking to pass. It's Sellers. Makes the pass. Pulls it in. It's Jackson. Good, solid tackle.
And look, defenses obviously have to play man coverage in different situations of the game, but you got to wonder if this defense wants to keep playing man after giving up that big play.
They'll run the option. Keeps it himself. Now the toss. Can't get him to the ground. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
And that's exactly how you draw it up. And that's why the option's so hard to stop. QB, man, draw the defense in. Look at me. I'm the first option. Bam. Next thing you know, he pitches it, gets a positive gain down the field.
Defense right there to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play.
Here's the thing. I know this guy's not going to win the Heisman Trophy, but he's a pretty talented football player that's made big plays for this offense in the past. They have not had any success when they've given him chances so far in this game. And in the third quarter, you're getting a little nervous, I think, if you're the head coach, because he's a guy you need to have success if you're going to win.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Sellers from the gun on third down. Oh, they're after him. Slings it downfield. He's got it. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. And the Buckeyes, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. Looking for space. It's Benjamin. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
And this is exactly how you want to draw it up if you're an offensive coach. Later in the game, you start to get in the second half and you got the lead, and you can be the more physical team. It's really hard for somebody to come back. This defense has got to come up with a stop. They got to get more physical right now in this football game, or it's going to get out of hand.
Ball's at the 22. Third and short coming. Can the defense force them to settle for a field goal? Got his man. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they are starting to pull away as we come to the end of the third quarter. Let's take a look at how we got here. Just about ready to go in the fourth, and we'll see if any drama can be mustered. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. To give to the big fullback. Hard running there. They shut him down immediately. They tried to pop the fullback loose and no running room there. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it.
9:49 rock star. 9:49 rock.
Sellers on the play action. Working that left side now. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
Nice job by the defense forcing the third and goal. You can't allow any run after catch in these situations. Play aggressive, play tight, and play physical.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Takes the handoff. It's Jackson. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's fourth down for this defense. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. And this field goal attempt might just seal the deal by making it a 3-score game late. And the kicker delivers the 3 ball to finish off the drive. And now the lead is extended a little further. They took the 3 on that last possession, and now they'll try to get it back on the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. So this offense has done nothing. No points on the board, and right now it's just about trying to save face. He's got it. What a play there, and he rips off a big one all the way to the 16-yard line. And the Gators racing to the line in the hurry-up. In the red area, it's Jackson. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking for a man. It's Brady. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. The problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on and not have a turnover.
A 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. The offense fortunate to still have the ball, but also facing a big third down. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Bringing it back. The 50. He's inside the 40. He's at the 20. They finally make the stop, and not only the huge turnover, but the big return has them set up in business. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Well, you'd be hard-pressed to find better field position to start a drive. First and goal from the 10. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming.
Ready. Blue 85. Blue 85. But hard.
Nowhere to run, and he barely makes it back to the line of scrimmage. Now third and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Sellers from the gun on third down. Quarterback adapted. They got him, and down he goes, and what a huge sack that might have knocked him out of field goal range. The Gators are going to call their first timeout. And they'll still have 2 timeouts left for the rest of this game. Way back in his own territory as he hauls it in. Nowhere to run and nowhere to hide. That is coverage just the way they designed it, and they've got him backed up. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. Dropping back, it's Brady. Got a man, it's Clark. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Gonna take a shot on 2nd and short. Caught near the sticks, it's Harbor. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chains. Looking to throw on first down. He'll pull it down and run. It's a fumble on the play. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. It's a turnover.
And this offense, man, they just can't get out of their own way. Like, they've got a 0 on the scoreboard already. Now turning the football over late in the game. When you're down, they've got to find a way to make something good happen on that side of the football.
And there... Nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Timeout on the field and 4 ticks left to go.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run, but now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
And after this play, the cake will be baked. They go play action with Sellers. Throws toward the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the route is on.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Well, some might think this head coach has a tough locker room speech after this one. I would suggest that he starts with, "That's just bad."
Bad, or as Reese Davis would say, ungood. Just very ungood performance. Flush this one down the toilet, move on. It's not your best day. You lost in ugly fashion, to be honest, but better days ahead.
And I think a lot of this has to come on the shoulders of the players. They need to be able to realize they just didn't do enough. So they've got to turn the page. They've got to go back to work, have a great week of practice, and put out a better effort next week.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches.